What's going on, guys? It's the Bearded One back with another beer review, and today we are doing Omnipollo. Let me find a marker here. I think that'll look best on camera. To kick off Stout month, anyways. I know it's a little late. I'm not sure exactly when I'm going to be uploading this video tonight. It is 8:37 Central as of the time I've started this recording. So I'm sorry about that for anybody who's patiently awaiting the kickoff of Stout month. I'll be doing one or two more reviews after this tonight to kind of just have a backlog so I can keep schedule with Stout month. As of right now, I went out and bought 2 or 3 more beers, stouts specifically for Stout month. So as of right now, I'm still keeping the Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I'm keeping the schedule of just to simplify it for you guys, where I'm releasing a video every day but Tuesday and Thursday. So just bear that in mind. I'm going to be releasing the podcast either in the midnight hour tonight or tomorrow. And I said some information that's by now outdated, but you know, if you're into podcasting, maybe give my podcast a listen, at least this newer episode, and maybe I have some information or stuff I say on the podcast that might interest you. I'm not doing a pour. I party fouled in take 1. This is actually take 2 of this video. I'm sorry. The pour wasn't nothing to write home about other than coming out of the can, it kind of looked like black tea. It had a lot of brown highlighting in there. It made it look like brown tea. But, you know, up in the light, definitely that black motor oil appearance. And then head retention wasn't nothing to write home about. It was just a dark brown khaki head. So yeah, that's from take 1, and I'd also like to describe the beer for you. This is Hypnopompa from Omnipollo, and this is an imperial stout with marshmallows and Madagascan vanilla beans, and it's at 11% alcohol by volume, so it's definitely not sessionable. And now that that's out of the way, let's get into the aroma. Coffee, for sure. It's a stout. I feel like I get some of the vanilla. Yeah, I have to really... Yeah, I have to really kind of look for it and search for it. I don't get anything chocolate, I don't think. I get a little bit of a roast. I'm not sure if I'm getting chocolate. I know that marshmallow and vanilla, there is a candy sweetness going on, and then with that roast, it would lead me to believe there's a chocolatey presence in here, but I don't want to make that call until I taste it on the palate, just to be sure. I don't have the greatest nose in the world, and especially with these stouts and bigger beers, certain flavors can just kind of overwhelm me anyways, especially coffee. I find coffee just kind of blows my nose away, and so it's hard for me to just pick up on everything. But I can tell there's that marshmallow and vanilla in here. There's a kind of an underlying sugary sweetness going on in the beer. Pleasant nose, if coming from somebody who doesn't like coffee. So let's get into the beer. This is right up my alley. When it comes to stouts, I really need the pastry, sugary sweetness. I'll even take bourbon barrel aging, but I need a lot of stuff in there. I can't do like a Russian Imperial or just like a bare bones coffee stout, like a Guinness or something. I'll drink it and review it. You know, I'm not scared of any beer now. As my palate's developed and as my adventures, my thirst for adventure has grown. But this right here is right down my alley. It's not overpowering coffee. It is a sweet beer. I had a marshmallow double IPA. I don't want to talk too much about that beer because I will be reviewing it, but you'll see the video after Stout Month. But having that marshmallow IPA first kind of helped me here with the marshmallow in this beer, because marshmallow has such a delicate flavor, at least in my opinion. I can tell it's there, but unless I'm eating a marshmallow or a s'more, at least in a beer, it just kind of plays accent to the rest of everything in a beer. For me anyways, but I can tell it's there, and it helps to dial down that coffee for me. Yeah, I get the vanilla in there. It's just weird, you know, with these stouts and the type of grains they're probably using, mixed with this marshmallow and vanilla, that sweetness combined with the grains is really, I'm really wanting to say there's chocolate in here, but I'm not sure if I am. I don't think there's chocolate in here. Maybe there's like a chocolate malt or something. You know, like a dark chocolatey thing going on. But I'm pretty sure they probably didn't put chocolate in the mash. It's just not like a candied sweet thing. Maybe you get a chocolatey presence, and I just don't. But for me, I just don't think there's any chocolate in here. Definitely get the coffee, of course. I've been talking about the coffee throughout the beer. There's a velvety, smooth, what would be the correct term? Finish here. Yeah, so there's not a lot of carbonation in here. I failed to talk about the carbonation. There wasn't a lot of bubbles going on in the appearance, which leads to this really velvety, silky, drinking finish. It's semi-drying, but you know, semi's kind of a generic term, so you know, even getting even more precise, it's just the slightest bit of a drying presence. But as the beer lingers, it definitely dries away and leaves me wanting another sip. There's like a creaminess to this, and the finish, I don't think it's like a milky lactose thing. It might just be from the marshmallow thing, maybe. I don't really know how marshmallow affects beer outside of the flavor and aroma. But maybe a thick ingredient like marshmallow might add some creaminess to this beer. I don't know. This is a great stout. Omnipollo hit it out of the park. I can't believe one of my least favorite styles happens to be I'll just go ahead and say it. This is my favorite beer from Omnipollo so far, the Hypnopompa. I think stout lovers should try this for sure. If you're into coffee, yeah, I mean, I don't like to recommend stouts for beginners, but I would definitely say if you're into like big imperialized like browns with or porters, you know, like an imperial brown fan or porter fans would even like this. I'm not familiar with a lot of pastry stouts, but I feel like the pastry stout community could definitely come over and enjoy this beer for sure. I mean, it's Omnipollo, and they make crazy beers anyways. Yeah, that's all I got on recommendations. As far as a grade, let's see, KBS is my favorite stout ever. I had a Goose Island, what is it, Cafe de Ola, a variant of Goose Island Bourbon County Stout. Shared it with my good friend. It's on the channel. Feel free to look that up. I feel like those two beers were better than this. So, I still like this beer though. I'm going to give it a 4.25 out of 5. I think it's a really dang good beer. I just don't like coffee, and maybe if they made this, I know this is asking a lot from Omnipollo. If it was just more complex, like if maybe there was just a tinge of estery fruitiness coming from the beer, maybe if they had barrel aged it in some bourbon barrel. Obviously, because I like the Bourbon County Stout and KBS, after mentioning that. Maybe that would get it into the excellent to world class range for me. But heck, it's a good beer. Omnipollo, this is high praise from me. Stout lovers all over the place, try this beer. It is Hypnopompa from Omnipollo, 4.25 out of 5. Until next time, guys, cheers.